Director of the Center of Middle East Studies in the Korbel School of International Studies at the University of Denver. Thanks so much for your time. This seems like quite an about-face after Hamzah's more defiant tone in his video message in recent days. What did you make of it?
I'm very skeptical that there has been reconciliation and that the dissident prince has recanted. I mean, just consider the timeline for a moment. On Saturday, he releases a very defiant and critical video message, strongly condemning the king, strongly condemning his rule, calling for freedom of expression, calling for an end to corruption and for reform. The next day, he releases an audio tape saying that he will not recant, he will not stay silent, and he will stick to his position. And then the following day, all of a sudden, the Jordanian regime releases a statement, not by the dissident crown prince, but claiming to be on behalf of the dissident crown prince, claiming that all is well and that he is reconciled with the king that 48 hours earlier he was strongly condemning. If there was any truth to this statement that was issued today, why not bring him in front of the television? Why not have him speak to the world? So that's why I'm very skeptical.
The former Crown Prince had become quite a vocal critic, as you say, of Jordan's leadership. Do you think that he can now be silenced, or is this rift going to have much more long-term implications?
Well, I think the real story here is not what's happening within the palace, but the real story here is what's happening in Jordanian society. Rami Khouri from the American University of Beirut has accurately described the state of Arab politics, including Jordanian politics, and the situation in societies across the Arab world is one of mass pauperization. There have been protests repeatedly in Jordan, dealing with teacher strikes, dealing with the mismanagement of the Jordanian regime over the COVID crisis. There's a lot of suffering. There's poor economic prospects. There's a lot of social discontent, and I think that's really what's driving this crisis. And the dissident prince was giving voice to these complaints, and this has deeply rattled the ruling regime in Jordan. It's rattled the various Arab dictatorships that support Jordan, and it's also worried many Western allies of the monarchy in Jordan. So I think we have to really focus on the roots of this crisis, and the roots of this crisis are really are to be located in the the problems within Jordanian society: growing corruption, mismanagement, and authoritarianism.
Sounds like it's not going to go away quietly. Thank you for your insight there, Nader Hashemi.